Game Chat with Bwana. Episode 58.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
This is Game Chat with Bwana. Game Chat with Bwana, episode 58, coming at you live. Tonight is May 11, 2012. It ain't Monday. No, it's not Monday. Tonight is Friday. And we had to cancel our show on Monday because Daddy had to bring home the bacon. Daddy had to work. Daddy can't be doing Game Chat with Bwana when Daddy has to work. So that had to happen. It did. And we postponed the show. I'm trying to postpone the shows now instead of canceling them like I used to, like a lazy little nincompoop. But now we're going to be postponing these shows, and I'll try to do them later on in the week as quick as I can. But unfortunately, this was the first day that I could do the show, which is today, which is now, Friday. But you guys are here. We got about 56 people in our live room at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night, but it's Friday. It's about 5:40 p.m. And what we do here at Game Chat with Bwana is chat about games. Duh. We chat about games. The last 7 days of gaming news. We go across the web and we try to find the best stories that are out there. And we say, does this story meet the criteria of the great random guy on the internet that gets on the mic and says Game Chat with Bwana? Does it meet the criteria? I mean, is it worthy of being on Game Chat with Bwana? And then we put it through a freaking litmus test filled with vinegar and unicorn tears. And then we make sure that that story comes out and it starts spinning and has a disco ball with a Kappa face going in a circle. And if that's the case, that story is worthy of Game Chat with Bwana because we talk about it here and just fireworks fly out of my ears. It's a wonderful thing here at Game Chat with Bwana. That's what we do here. That's why so many people watch it. You guys are awesome. You subscribe to my show over at twitch.tv/Bwana. You can follow me here or youtube.com/ILBuffer. That's where we actually do this thing. Publish it. If you guys missed the show, you can also check it out on our Twitch archives. Even check out the post show where I do a little bit of a Q&A type deal. We just talk about stuff and what's going on, kind of an informal, impromptu thingamajiggy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with Game Chat with Bwana.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Twitch.tv, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
Well, all right then. Game Chat with Bwana. For our very, 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 very first story, we're going to talk about Minecraft. Bwana, what? You are talking about, we're going to talk about Minecraft. Minecraft hit the Xbox 360 this past Wednesday, and it was highly anticipated. More highly anticipated this than Game Chat with Bwana, because apparently every Xbox user that was remotely interested in this game bought it. Minecraft for Xbox Live Arcade was profitable within an hour. You guys really wanted this game, didn't you? Minecraft for Xbox 360 is pretty much the same thing as what we got on the PC. Kinda. There are some things that they don't have that we do. PC gaming master race. No, I'm not going to do that. But, one of the things I noticed, I've seen some streams of people playing it, and they got a nifty little icon at the top left when you're sneaking. You can see a preview of Steve looking stupid. Like, it looks like he's got a back problem. He's like looking around and stuff like that. They got the whole not really the dedicated server thing, but kind of a, connect and play with your friend type deal. And the PC version got that recently as well. Single player now supports what's called like a some sort of a co-op. And I am a member of a service called Raptor. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Raptor.com. It's kind of a gaming social network, but it also tracks your game time and, you know, gives you rewards and things like that for, you know, wasting your life playing video games. Might as well get some cake out of the deal. But they surprised me and gave me a free copy of this game for the 360. That was one of the rewards. It was like, hey, hello, Bwana. Welcome to Raptor. Here's a reward. Free copy of Minecraft for the 360. And I was like, for me? Gosh, Raptor, you guys are so generous. I can't express how happy I am right about now. It is making me smile so hard that my face is imploding. I was pretty shocked. But this right here, this story right here kind of shocked the world. They sold more than 400,000 copies in 24 hours. They broke digital sale records on the console, selling more than any other Xbox Live Arcade title on its first day. Outstanding. Congratulations to Mojang and Notch and those guys. That is something to really, really, really hang your hat on. Now, people are asking me, Bwana, are you going to stream Minecraft for Xbox Live Arcade? Are you going to, play this game? Are you going to stream it? Are you going to review it? And my original answer was no. And my answer now is no. I'll tell you guys why. You know, this is based on the pre-survival code. So we don't have hunger in this, you know, they don't have to eat. Some of the newer things like the Ender Dragon and, you know, the Nether and the Enderman. A lot of the stuff that we got in the Minecraft updates, they don't have in this version. But that doesn't necessarily make the game bad. Because when I first reviewed Minecraft, I really, really gave it high marks. I loved it. And they're getting all of that I reviewed in this version. So it's not like it's going to be a completely GIMP version. But me personally, I've hit a hiatus with Minecraft. I've kind of hit a plateau. I don't get as much enjoyment out of it as I used to. That's not necessarily calling it a bad game, but that just happens with games. You know, you play it for so much and then you're like, okay, I'm just not going to play that for a while. Not to knock the game. I mean, some of my favorite games like Super Mario Brothers. I don't play that, you know, but I really, really like it. So, you know, I've kind of hit that wall where I'm just like, well, I've had enough of Minecraft for a little bit. But I'll go back to it eventually. And we'll be blowing up stuff on Madness and building. I haven't even played since the jungle stuff came out. And and the cats. Them creepy cats. First time I saw them creepy cats, I closed Minecraft. I don't like cats. Check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. They got the details over there about Minecraft Xbox Live Arcade being profitable within the first 24 hours, selling 400,000 copies. Check it out. Speaking of Xbox Live Arcade, you guys apparently like The Walking Dead as well. Walking Dead is one of those games that's getting a little bit of critical acclaim and also some, it's getting a lot of criticism. Negative criticism. Some people are calling it not really a video game because of the level of interactivity. You know, I gotta admit, I did the wrong thing with this. When I saw Walking Dead, I was like, okay, another zombie game. I'm not playing it. Because those of you who talk to me know that I'm just absolutely sick of zombie games. I am so sick of zombie games. So when I see a new zombie game, I immediately write it off. And that included DayZ, which is another zombie game that I actually played and liked. You know, eventually I was like, only reason I got into DayZ was because of the zombie sounds, and they made me laugh. And I was like, okay, if it makes me laugh, I'll play it. So that's hey, if you guys are listening, you gaming studios, if you can make Bwana laugh, he'll give you money. Yeah, he'll do it. But Walking Dead, I saw some people play this, and I was kind of impressed with the style of storytelling. And the only thing I don't like about it, and I'm trying to fill myself out with this whole episodic content type deal, where you get a new episode every month. You don't get the complete game up front. So it's like kind of a subscription model, like kind of like MMOs, but not, you know. It's like, okay, you get a taste. All right, you got to wait till next month. Oh, you get a taste. You got to wait till next month. And you got to pay a certain amount to get a subscription to all of them. So it's not quite the same as MMOs. You don't have to pay a monthly fee or anything like that. But, you know, it's episodic content. So they get you with cliffhangers. Those cliffhangers really can be annoying sometimes. Especially in a... you know, in a nail biter like this game where there's a lot of drama, a lot of survival tactics, and a lot of tension, and you get to that point, you're like, oh man, this is getting good. To be continued. And you're like, really? Am I watching Dragon Ball Z here? Really? To be continued? Is Goku still trying to do that spirit bomb 6 episodes later? Really? Walking Dead, guys, it's doing pretty good on Xbox Live Arcade. The top Xbox Live titles for the week of April 30th, Walking Dead was up there. So it's doing pretty good, but now Minecraft's like taking over everything. I'm tempted to get this. I haven't bought it, but I'm going to wait till episode 2 comes out and see what kind of, I'm not going to say reaction, what kind of content is in it. You know, if it's going to be filler, if it's going to be just a lot of blah, not getting to the point. Because I saw, you know, I was watching somebody play it and they showed like a preview. You know how they do in soap operas and Dragon Ball Z. This next week on Dragon Ball Z, Goku continues to try to get the spirit bomb, and he doesn't. Tune in. It's just kind of like that. So they give you little clips and bits and pieces of what's coming next week. So those clips that they showed for the second episode actually look pretty good. So I don't know. We're going to check this out. We're going to see. I don't know. We're kind of on the fence with The Walking Dead. But the episodic content thing, you know, Alan Wake is doing it as well. You know, it's something that may catch on. As to the level of interactivity for this game, I can appreciate it. Because, you know, I appreciated games like Uncharted 3 for the storytelling and the cutscenes. The same is true for Heavy Rain and similar titles. So it's a form of entertainment. It may not be the traditional gaming that we're used to, but it's a form of entertainment. And if you're entertained and you're interacting, you know, that's kind of a form of a game. So check it out, guys. It's over on joystick.com. They also got the details over there about The Walking Dead topping Xbox Live Arcade activity, doing their thing new over there. Shifting gears, we're going to talk about the PS3. And we're going to talk about Deus Ex. Deus Ex, which is arguably, and it's been voted the #1 PC game of all time. A lot of people don't know that when Deus Ex hit the PC, it changed a lot. Playing it today, you know, it's like, it's dated, the graphics are dated, you know, the controls are dated. So people are like, how in the world did you guys even remotely like this piece of gurgurger? This is the worst piece of gurgurger I have ever seen in my life. I go and play Deus Ex Human Revolution, and I've got this gold tint everywhere, and I go, I never asked for this, and it's awesome. But this Deus Ex original garbage brouhaha is just dumb. Gotta say, guys, it's a pretty good game. I didn't play it when it originally came out, but close to the time around Human Revolution came out, I played Deus Ex, and I was like, wow, I can see. You know, I was kind of taking my brain back to when it came out. I was like, wow, I can see why people thought this game was ahead of its time. A lot of cool stuff in it. But the good news is that it is coming to the PS3. It did hit the PS2 in 2002. And it's going to be hitting the PS3 very, very soon. May 16th, 2012 is going to be available on PSN. So if you haven't checked it out, I don't think they have a price listed here. Nope, they don't have it. Oh, yeah, $7.99 pounds. And euros or pounds? I can't see. One of them. $7.99 somethings. So yeah, it's gonna be fairly cheap, relatively cheap. You know, games this old I think should be like $2. But yeah. It's actually a pretty good game, guys. If you haven't played it, check it out. Coming to the PS3, May 16th, 2012. Check it out, guys.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay. Let's get a little bit of drama in here. A little bit of drama. Let's talk about SWTOR. Star Wars, the ye old Republic. Those guys over at BioWare and EA, recently released some numbers about the subscription count with MMOs. This is like fuel for fanboys. If you've ever been a part of console wars, and you probably have, don't say you haven't, because you have. They use numbers like from NPD, like console sale numbers, and they use like sale numbers for exclusive titles. This is like fuel. It's like, my console's better than yours because, and then they go down the lines of, it's sold better than this X, it's sold better than this Y, this game's doing better than this one, your game tanked. That's argument bullet points, if you will. With MMOs, this is the fuel. It's like subscription numbers. If your game has no subscription, no really super high subscription numbers, it's deemed a failure. And if you don't have, over 400 or 10,000 billion users, then that game was a failure. It's going free to play. Why are you even bothering playing that? It's terrible. So, this leads me to SWTOR. This leads me to this game, SWTOR. And SWTOR got a lot of hype. SWTOR got a lot of hype. And you guys, you've been watching the show. You've been watching Game Chat with Bwana. Before it came out, I warned people. I said, please tone down the hype just a little bit. The game looks good, but it don't look all that good. And while people still enjoy it, people still play it, people say the story is one of the best that one of the best storylines they played of MMOs. Unfortunately, the game is bleeding subscribers. They reported moving from 1.7 million users in February to 1.3 million. So they lost 400,000 users in a month. And we knew this. We kind of knew this, especially the people in my community, because you guys remember all those free weekends that they were doing? And the game was barely out for a couple months, and it was like, oh, free weekend. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. The game just came out. Why are you dropping all these free weekends? Why is it? I mean, I can still smell the newness. It smells like cat sneezes. I don't know why. I don't know why they denied it, because they came on record. The guys over there on BioWare, they were confronted by it, and they were like, no, we're doing fine. We're experiencing some population fluctuation. E equals MC squared. Haha, look at that banana on the wall. One of those kinds of speeches. But now the numbers are telling a different story. It's telling a different story because 400,000, while it's not the end of the world, it's not catastrophic, it's not good either. Especially for a game that was hyped and was invested in so heavily. I don't know if they have the exact number that they invested in this game, but it is a huge number. This game cost a lot of money to make. So they have to keep those subscribers. you know, to maintain some things. Now, while the game is probably already paid for a lot of itself just from the initial sales, you know, maintaining it is a different deal. So I don't know. This guy, let's see, this is EA CEO John Ricciatello. He responded that the Old Republic was not as important as his top 5 flagship prizes, franchises, such as Battlefield, FIFA, and Mass Effect. He added that Tor is definitely in the top 10. And more important than Tiger Woods' PGA, for example. So if you're a SWTOR diehard and you're paying for this game, that can't make you feel good. That a game that was so heavily invested in, that was hyped up so much, and then the CEO comes out, was like, it's barely in the top 10. Hey, man. Sometimes games are not what you expect them to be. Which leads me to another topic. Those of you on that Guild Wars 2 train. You need to tone it down just a little bit. Just tone it down just a little bit. People think Guild Wars 2 is going to be the second chocolate invention. Yes. When chocolate was invented the first time, it was glorious. They think this is going to be something very similar to chocolate. Tone it down just a tad. Because the game may be good, the game may be great, but your expectations may be way too high. You may play the game, you're like, wait a minute, I can't do this, wait, what? Huh? Wait, oh, this game rocks. Wait, this game rocks. Oh, this game rocks. Wait a minute. You know, you're going to find yourself disappointed, even though the game's good, but your expectations are like this. Tone it down just a tad. That's all I'm trying to say. Use this as a kind of as a history lesson. For those people who hyped up Star Wars The Old Republic to be the WoW killer, to be the best MMO to ever come out, it's going to kill everything out there. Look where it is now. You just got to be careful, guys. Be careful. Check it out. Shaq News has the details over there. They got the details about Star Wars The Old Republic, not even a top 5 game for EA. Bleeding subscribers, lost 400,000 in a couple months. Speaking of EA DICE, you guys may have heard of this EA Indie Bundle. And I went back a few weeks for this one because I had to talk about it. EA's Indie Bundle. And when I first saw it, I was like, no, that's got to be a April Fool's joke that somebody posted on the wrong day. And then I got to looking at what actually was in it and what was happening. And then it made sense. But there were some really funny knee-jerk reactions by some big prominent names, mainly Notch. Notch came out and said, this is what he said. He said, EA releases an indie bundle. That's not how that works. EA, stop trying to ruin everything. He says, indies are saving gaming. Indies are saving gaming, and EA is methodically destroying it. So, this is kind of funny. I was, I forgot what I was doing, but I was reading something when this came up, and I couldn't believe what was happening. I'm glad I read through this, and I'm glad I saw what was happening, because EA actually has some partners. EA actually has some partners that are indie studios. They don't own them, but they are partnered. They are partnered, and this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to basically pump up these partners and promote sales for these partners. So it kind of makes sense what they're doing. While it's not a true indie bundle, they are independent games. So when you look at when you look at well, you look at the flip side of it. I'm trying to be a devil's advocate here. I don't like that word, but trying to take that approach. Most people don't like EA because they do things that destroy indie studios. Their practices go against what indie studios are trying to accomplish. And if you look at what they did here, it's actually not a bad thing. They're promoting an independent studio and they're giving them sales. So it's not a bad thing what they're doing, but they're being looked at as upon, that evil EA company. So it's like, oh, you're trying to sell indie bundles, EA? Well, you stink for that. I don't like your face. But we're trying to, give money to these indie studios. I don't care. You smell like rotten sponges. I hate your aura. It looks like green boogers. I don't like you, EA. So EA can do no right here. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is it looks like something that has good intentions. I'm not gonna say EA is innocent here, but the knee-jerk reactions, the quick reactions to it, everybody who just went nuts, just like, oh, EA indie bundle, what were they thinking? Oh, EA is not indie. EA is not. What are they? So, yeah, I'm not going to knock EA because they're not a door. Check it out, guys. This is old GamerFeezer.com, GamesZephyr.com. They got the details about EA's indie bundle receiving some hostility.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
So while we're talking about EA and DICE, let's switch over to Battlefield 3. And this is something that a lot of people got upset about as well. EA can do no right? The official DICE servers for the consoles have begun to disappear. This is a result of DICE introducing their new rent-a-server program. You guys may remember a few weeks ago they introduced this program where you can rent a server for a certain amount for you and your friends to play on, a dedicated server. So it's very similar to what us PC guys do. We rent servers for Battlefield 3. So the console guys are kind of getting a taste for that. They wanted it, right? Apparently, you can't always get the desired output of what you want. What's happening here, and we PC gamers see this all the time. We see this all the time. When you run a server, you have what's called an admin. This is the king. It's the guy in charge. This is my server. I have the power to shut it down. I have the power to kick you. I have the power to ban your face. Fear me and my server. Fear me and my mighty banhammer. We will take you down, smite thee, if you cut me some lip. Now, what's happening is the official servers are being taken down slowly because EA is basically turning over the game to the community, if you will. They're letting the community run the servers instead of them running the servers. And apparently the servers that are being rented by some power-hungry people. And like I said, we on the PC, we know about this. We know about these admins that have ridiculous rules. And in the case of Battlefield, they have these really, really high-ticket servers and probably got some meat grinder servers and things that we see on PC as well. But the console guys aren't used to that. So people are actually they're actually not playing the game anymore because of it. They're like, well, I can't find a server that's not dumb, so I'm going to stop playing your game. This is why we can't have nice things. I'm serious. This is why we can't have nice things. Now, we complain when they run the servers and they say, well, we give you guys control of the servers. You really want that? You're like, yeah, we want it. Yeah, we want control of the servers. We want to be able to run a dedicated servers on our consoles. We want to be able to run a dedicated servers on our Xbox 360. We want to be able to run our consoles on PS3. We want to be able to control the rules and have our own rules. I'll pay for that. I'll pay for that. I'll pay for that. I'll pay for that. So they pay for it and they get it. And it's a mess. It's a giant heaping pile of nasty stuff. Very, 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 very dire situation. So, is EA in the wrong for getting rid of their service? Because I didn't know they were going to do that. I didn't know they were going to do that. Now, here's a comparison. Let's do a quick comparison. $30 for 30 days. That's what you get for a Battlefield 3 server. $30 for 30 days. Now, I'm thinking about Tribes of Sin. Anybody know the Tribes of Sin prices for their service? It's like $16 for 30 days. I don't think it's even that much for to rent a Tribes of Sin. The Tribes of Sin now has rentable servers. I think it's like 60. It's like half that. Ouch. It's pretty steep. Pretty steep. So while they're paying a pretty penny, I guess these guys are like, well, I'm paying $30 a month for this server. If I want to run a server where you can't shoot guns, I could do that. Check it out, guys. They got the details over on VentureBeat.com about these DICE servers disappearing. A lot of kids are just ruining these servers, and they got the details and you're over there. And for our final story, we're going to talk about Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is Amazon's most pre-ordered game ever. 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 Most pre-ordered PC game ever. And I think there was another article that said that the beta had 2 million people. The demo had 2 million people. Wow. People have been waiting for Diablo for 9-10 years. Close to that. Long time. Diablo's been very, very influential. You hear me talk about Path of Exile here all the time. You hear me talk about Torchlight some of the time. I'm going to be talking about Torchlight 2 a lot more now that this is coming out soon. These are all games that, got their start from that Diablo game, that Diablo 1, that action RPG game that people got addicted to and didn't even know why. It's like, I don't know why I just keep killing these skeletons over and over again. I'm doing the same thing all night. I just keep going through this dungeon, and I just keep hitting things. And I got to get more swords. I got to get more loot. I got to find the better gear. I don't know why. I just have to. It's like, man, that game looks repetitive. I don't know why. I don't know why either, man. I just got to keep playing it. My fingers are bleeding. My wrist is exploding. I have carpal tunnel, but I have to keep playing. I have to stay up all night and play Diablo. I don't know why. I just have to. I got to click. I got to click. I can't go to class. I can't go to school. I can't go to work. I gotta play Diablo. I gotta get better loot. I gotta get more levels. And it was a phenomenon. I mean, people like, what is with this genre, man? People like grinding these dungeon mobs all night. Yes. So we got these other games. The Torchlight franchise came from some of the founders of Diablo, or some of the developers of Diablo. And, the Path of Exile franchise came from fans of Diablo who wanted to basically reboot the Diablo franchise in its, original gritty form and by today's technology. So the genre's kind of growing, and it's not a crowded genre. A lot of people think it is. A lot of people think that this action RPG is like, oh, there's just too many of them. Why would you play Path of Exile when Diablo 3 is coming out? Hello. You can't have more than one game in a genre. It's called competition. Other people do it. It's a good thing. It's not a good thing when one company rules the entire genre. We know what happens with that. Not good things. You got to have competition. So I'm a big fan of these games, and I know a lot of you who watch my show are in the age group where you didn't play Diablo. You weren't old enough, or you just didn't have any interest in it. Diablo 1 or Diablo 2. So a lot of people are getting into these new action RPGs for the very, very first time. The very first time they're getting into them, and they're finding them to be pretty fun. People are like, man, I played Diablo 3 beta, and that thing was awesome. And those of us who played Diablo 1 and 2 and, you know, Path of Exile and Torchlight, we're like, man, it was like barely anything. And they were like, oh, but it was so fun. Oh, I just had to keep playing it over and over. You know, some people are tasting it for the very, very first time. And this game has got a lot of hype behind it. And I must warn you again that hype thing is a dangerous thing. Now, one of the things that I'm still on the fence, guys. I posted a thread on Bwana.tv/forums that essentially asked everyone, hey, you're going to buy Diablo 3? And people responded with their, you know, what they're going to do and why. And we got some poll results. And I'm still on the fence. There's some things that concern me about it. I love Diablo. I love the series. It's a great series. But where the franchise is going, you know, I see where it's going. And I ask myself, is it enough for me to not buy it? That's the question I'm asking. What's preventing me from buying this? Because what I saw is a decent enough game to buy, you know, even though I think the price tag is kind of high. Torchlight 2 is going to be $20, and it's going to have a ton of stuff. Path of Exile is going to be free, and it's going to have a ton of stuff. So this is going to have the polish of Blizzard. It's going to have the voice acting of Blizzard, which is top notch, by the way. You're not going to find much better than what they can do. It's going to have the art style of Blizzard. It's going to have the auction house. Oh, you auction house. Now, if there's one thing that would prevent me from getting this game, if there is one thing that concerns me the most, it's that real money trading auction house where you can sell game items for real money. I hope they do it right. I know they got checks and balances in to kind of account for this, but people are making plans to live off of this game. I'm going to play Diablo and sell this rare sword for $50 a week, and I'm going to live off Raymond. Yeah. So the auction house concerns me. I don't think it's enough. Like I said, I'm kind of on the fence. I don't think it's enough for me to not buy it, but I don't like where the franchise is going. And when there's alternatives out there that are much, you know, if not better than Diablo 3, they're really, the quality level's high. Especially Torchlight 2. Torchlight, guys, if you haven't checked out Torchlight 2 yet, look at this game. It's in beta right now. Beta keys are being given away everywhere. I got a beta key last night, and it looks very, very polished for a $20 game. And it's going to be it's going to have LAN support. It's going to have modding support. It's going to be a very, very rich game in terms of community. Path of Exile, you guys know how I feel about that. That's going to have a free beta weekend this weekend. So Diablo 3, while it may be Amazon's most pre-ordered PC game ever, the competition is heating up. The competition is right on their tails. And it's not a simple decision to say, well, I'm just going to buy it because it's Diablo and the other ones are bad. You can buy it because it's Diablo, but the other ones may not be as bad as you think they are. So check this out, guys. This is over on GameSpot.com about Diablo 3 breaking records. The most pre-ordered game ever on Amazon. It's going to do well. I have no doubts. Diablo 3 is going to sell really, really well. But is it going to be the Diablo that we want? You know, it's going to be that. Is it going to be the Diablo that we want, or the Diablo that Activision Blizzard wants to give us? That's the question that's preventing me from getting it. So that concludes all the stories I have for this particular show on Endeavor right here. We're going to move on to our user submitted stories, which are over at Bwana.tv/forums. You guys can check them out over there.
Tune in to all things Bwana throughout the week on live.bwana.tv and on twitch.tv/Bwana. Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Okay. Head over to our forums at Bwana.tv/forums. You can sign up for our community there. This is where we discuss a lot of stuff gaming and tech. And this is also where I post my stories that I'm going to talk about on the show. And then you guys submit stories that we will talk about over chat. First one comes from Murray. Grim Dawn has been funded. Grim Dawn funded. It's on Rock, Paper, Shotgun. I hope they're not doing a Torchlight 2 giveaway. Otherwise, their site's going to be slow. MMORPG.com, I think it was MMORPG.com, was doing a Torchlight 2 giveaway, and their site just got their site just got hammered, man. Like really, really hammered. Okay, so the Sun has got his money hat on. Grim Dawn has been funded. Let me guess, Kickstarter. Yep. Grim Dawn and the designers of Titan Quest, the game already into development, surfaced on Kickstarter, and with 10 days to go, the target has been reached. So I think their target was, what was their target? Do they list it here? They have the donations here, but I don't know what the target was. But apparently they met their target 10 days before the deadline, so that's pretty good. I'm getting kind of worried about Kickstarter, guys. You guys know I'm a pessimist. A lot of developers are jumping on this Kickstarter bandwagon. A lot. I was watching who was it? It was Runic Games. They're Runic Games, the guys behind Torchlight 2. I was watching their stream the other night, and people in the chat room were actually asking them, were they going to start a Kickstarter? And they gave a great answer. It was like, well, that'd be kind of, that'd be terrible to do that, seeing that, we've pretty much finished the game and we're funded already, and you want us to start a Kickstarter and ask for more money on a game that is about to release in a couple of months. It seems to be a very popular way to get funding now, and it's only going to take a couple bad apples. It's really only going to take a couple of bad apples to ruin it. And I'm waiting. I'm being pessimistic. I'm waiting for that one studio to just take millions of dollars and just spend it on cars and just don't deliver. Because we've seen, I've seen gaming studios, promise on things and not deliver all the time. And they were funded by venture capitalists and other things. So we're kind of going on this honesty thing here. It's only going to take, I'm telling you, man, it's only going to take a couple bad apples, and then I don't think people are going to be as reluctant to, I don't think they're going to volunteer their dollars to Kickstarter programs. So, yeah. But congratulations to these guys. Congratulations, Grim Dawn. They got their money 10 days before their Kickstarter. And check it out. Thanks for the story, Murray. BioShock Infinite delayed infinitely. I read this story last week. See you next year. Yep, BioShock Infinite got delayed, and it's going to be, I think, February of 2013 now, instead of this year. So if you were looking forward to, February 26th. If you're looking forward to BioShock Infinite this year, sorry, it's getting delayed. And Kevin, what's this guy's name? I always call him Kevin. Ken Levin, because it looks like Kevin. Ken Levin's Kevin. I, he gave a speech here. He was like, well, he gave the speech of basically it'll be ready when it's ready. I think he compared it to when BioShock was originally delayed. He was like, the big daddies weren't big enough. The little sisters weren't little enough. So we had to delay. I'm so happy we delayed. So apparently this game isn't ready. Even though a lot of footage and a lot of gameplay that people have seen and done says that it's pretty polished. It's pretty much almost ready. But apparently he doesn't think so. So yeah. It is going to be interesting to see. Now, if you haven't played BioShock, you're missing out. One of the better games of the past 20 years. 10 years. 10 years, yes. I didn't care too much for BioShock 2, but BioShock 1, to me, was a really, really, really good game. People, you know, were on me about not playing Mass Effect. And why don't you ever play Mass Effect? It's the greatest game of all time. I'm like, well, why didn't you ever play BioShock? It's the greatest game of all time. You know, that's how good this game is. BioShock series is that good. Really, really that good. I'm not going to call it the greatest game of all time. I'm just saying, this is up there with them. But BioShock 2 was okay. BioShock Infinite looks to be pretty good. Delayed, though. It is delayed. So check it out. They got the details over on Kotaku.com. Next story comes from The Only Carrot. Says, Kotaku says DayZ may be the greatest zombie game ever made. The Only Carrot. Carrot has been streaming this. And I posted, you guys who follow me on my YouTube channel, you saw me in my greatest moment. You saw me in my greatest moment on my greatest DayZ moments. And I posted some clips of me having fun with this game. And I talked about this earlier when we were talking about Walking Dead. DayZ is a mod for the ArmA II game. ArmA is a military simulation game. Very, very different from your Call of Duties and your Battlefields. It's, you know, a lot of realism, and people who are looking for like quick fun and, you know, bang, bang, bang and arcading. They're like, I hate ArmA. You have to actually do things like you're real. So what they've done with that mod is that they've taken an engine and they've put in a zombie, they put a zombie, what's the word? Survival simulation sandbox. And it contains PvP. It contains survival against zombies. And you have to find your loot. You have to eat. You have to drink. You have blood pressure. You have all these different realistic aspects of the game. Pretty fun to play. I got it. And you guys saw my video. Some pretty funny moments in there. That's why I got it, because I saw the comedy potential in this game. But Kotaku's calling it the greatest zombie game ever made. And that's saying something, man. You got Resident Evil. You got Left 4 Dead. You got The Walking Dead out there. That's saying a lot. So, and people, Murray in the chat even says this. I thought you didn't like zombie games. Why come you guys didn't say anything to me when I played Minecraft? That's a zombie game. So DayZ looks to be a success. I mean, it propelled ArmA II to the top 5 of the Steam sales, and I gotta congratulate these guys. I mean, the developers behind this game have really single-handedly brought the game back to life. We've been seeing clips and gameplay of ArmA III. You know, we're already talking about that. It's looking gorgeous, but if they can do DayZ, I think they're already talking about doing DayZ and ArmA III. It's gonna sell a lot, because this game is. I mean, people who never even dreamed about getting the military shooter are buying the ArmA II game just for this mod. It costs $30 on Steam. You have to get the ArmA II game and ArmA II Operation Arrowhead. It's called the Combined Operations. You have to buy that on Steam for $30. So check it out. Thanks for the story, Carrot. Now, Sarams, more details on Tesso. The Elder Scrolls. The Elder Scrolls Online. Apologize for my voice going on. I've been doing a lot of talking this week, so. Okay. The Elder Scrolls Online was announced, in case you guys didn't know. They're attacking. They found me. The Elder Scrolls Online was announced, and some more details have come out about this announcement. And I was hoping for a bulleted list. Instead, I get a lot of stuff. I got some screenshots here of some of the, I think, concept art and some gameplay, maybe. Yeah, some screenshots. Let's take a look at them. Congratulations! You've won an iPad! Not clicking on those anymore. Just have to watch the thumbnails. Stupid advertisement stuff. Anyway, SWTOR, I mean, not SWTOR. The Elder Scrolls Online. Lots of details are trickling out. Should be out in 2013, they say. I'm going to say 2014. Pessimism mode in full effect. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 2013. Thanks for the story, Sarams. New Battlefield 3 DLC and double XP weekend. Alright, so the new DLC has been announced for Battlefield. Let's make this bigger. Bigger. And this weekend, double XP weekend. Lots of things to do this weekend. If you got your Torchlight beta key, you can play that. Terra just came out, you can play that. Tribes of Sin just got a huge patch, you can play that. Path of Exile's got a free beta weekend, you can play that. Secret Worlds, closed beta weekend, you can play that. And now, Battlefield 3. Double XP weekend, you can play that. 12th through the 14th. Battlefield Premium. I haven't read about this yet, but I heard little statements about it. Battlefield Premium will land you a number of content drops with unique in-game items not available anywhere else. First out is one-of-a-kind premium knife and a black dog tag. Plus a set of soldier camos, weapon camos, dog tags, and assignments that will make you stand out and get more personalization options. Battlefield Premium coming June 4th. That didn't explain it very well. Is it a monthly thing? Is it a one-time fee? I don't know. That didn't explain it very well. June 12th, the guide. Get the upper hand with the strategy guide. No thanks. Close Quarters coming out the 12th. So that's the DLC that they've been advertising. Bonus content. Fall 2012, we're going to get Armor Killed. Winter, we're going to get in-game. And 5th expansion pack, still untitled. So lots and lots of content coming in this title, guys. Going to be interesting to see how it all works out. Very, very interesting. But the Close Quarters, I like to call it COD mode. I wasn't too excited about that. I was like, okay, they're going to have some Close Quarters maps. This is going to be Medal of Honor on Frostbite 2, 3. The newest Frostbite. That's basically what Medal of Honor was. And I enjoyed Medal of Honor, but it's nothing to get that excited over, I don't think. Alright. Check it out. Details. Thank you. It's a rumps. Denied says Black Ops 2 revealed looks to shake up the franchise by including branching storylines, DirectX 11 features, and cool flying robots and some stuff right there. And we're waiting. 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 404 not found. fail. And we're waiting. 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 And fail. Well, we're not going to talk about that story. Black Ops 2 is out. Cool. Assassin's Creed 3 trailer release includes running through buildings, mine ruins, and pointing objects and stuff. So yeah, the latest trailer of this game. This is the Assassin's Creed that I'm actually looking forward to. Assassin's Creed 3. I'm not gonna play the trailer because my YouTube video will get flagged. It's crazy. So a 40-second trailer earlier this week. This trailer, we see Connor taking down redcoats, free running through the colonial towns, fighting his way through the massive battlefields filled with volleys of gunfire. Native Americans played during the blah blah Native American Revolutionary War, blah 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 blah. But this looks like it's going to be a different spin on the Assassin's Creed franchise. I think that's what interests me the most. Assassin's Creed 3 trailer. Thanks for the story. Denied. Now, Fish Twit. The Simpsons as Diablo 3 characters. What? Wow. This ought to be interesting. Ooh. Okay. Let's take a moment to just look at this picture. Alrighty then. Check out this awesome Simpsons fan art featuring all the characters dressed up as the main classes of Diablo 3. We got Homer as a barbarian, Marge as a wizard, and she looks rad with her head. Blah, blah, blah. Lisa as a monk, Maggie as a baby demon hunter. What? And Bart as a witch doctor. No, this isn't from an actual episode. It's fan art. Pretty good. Looks like it's actually from an episode, doesn't it? Pretty good drawing. Next story. Join Rockstar's Steam group. Get Midnight Club 2 for free. Yeah, if you're on Steam, we have what's called groups. Have what's called Steam groups, and a lot of companies give you perks just for joining the group. You get announcements and stuff over Steam. If you join Rockstar's Steam group, you get Midnight Club 2 for free. I played this on the PSP, actually. It was actually pretty fun. But you have to do it by Tuesday, May 15th. That happens to be Diablo 3 day. So, yeah, check it out. Join that Steam group, guys. You get that free game. Can't complain about free games. All right. Oh, boy. We got some more stories. GameStop to start selling Steam vouchers next week. Now, last time I saw this, this was a rumor. Yep. This is the same story I read. GameStop will reportedly begin selling Steam cards next week. But when they contacted Valve and GameStop, they're like, oh, we have no comment. But this looks like a legitimate picture of a $50 Steam card. How is this going to change things? You gotta wonder, because a lot of people don't like to use credit cards online. You know, I'm kind of shying away from it a little bit. I'm using temporary, the temporary visas more often than not. So, you know, a lot of kids, you know, I say kids, people without credit cards are generally kids sometimes, but you have adults without credit cards. They like to buy, you know, like game time cards and Riot points and stuff like that in stores. PSN points, Microsoft point cards. So Steam cards seems like a good idea. Seems like a really, really good idea. Check it out, guys. That's over on Joystick. So, Witcher 2. CD Projekt's Red CEO on being Poland's #1, The Witcher 2 and Mass Effect 3. CD Projekt Red CEO on being Poland's #1. So this is an interview with Project Red. We're talking about The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings. So the gist of the story is, are they being congratulated? Let's see. During recent clashes between adherents of the old school game and classes of the new school, which are ongoing even now, CD Projekt Red is often held up as champions of the old school. Their first major release, The Witcher, a body and bloody fantasy adventure based on the novels of Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, was so old school that it actually repelled console conversation. Those who bought the original Witcher 2 on PC were able to download the enhanced edition for free, and shortly before release it was announced that the owner of any legitimate copy of The Witcher 2 would be able to get a free backup copy on GOG.com, regardless of whether they purchased it. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, okay. Thanks for the story, Techniffin. Let's see. We're refreshing. And I don't see any more stories, so guess what time it is, y'all? Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? It is title time. Title time is when you guys come up with snazzy titles. You come up with some snazzy titles based on the stories that we talked about in today's show. Both the user submitted and my stories. You make up something very, very cool and witty, and we pick the best ones and then we vote on them. And you guys do it. Let's go. Okay. Let's do it. Let's see. Minecraft comes to Deus, Xbox, Diablo 360. Wow. The force isn't strong with SWTOR. Mojang crafts a money box. SWTOR, exit, stage right. Electronic Arts adds an indie bundle to your electronic carts. Want to play dead? Let's turn this down a little bit. I'm screaming. Want to play dead? Keep walking. Ooh. Diablo's away the pre-ordered game competition. Dear Dice, this is why we can't have nice things. Walking Dead sprints to the top. Too many games, double XP edition. Dead on live, they don't mix. ArmA lets you finish, but ArmA II is the greatest zombie game of all time. Oh, you just broke my wit meter. ArmA let you finish, but ArmA II is the greatest. Okay. PC Gamer denies Game Chat 1. Xbox Live to be continued. Hype 404. D3 most pre-ordered. Who would have guessed? Next time on Walking Dead. EA can do no right? Walking Minecraft takes the throne on Xbox Live Arcade. BF3 now controlled by me, kinda. Minecraft is a zombie game. Battlefield me. Amazon sells a river of D3 orders. Okay. Let's pick some titles. Oh my goodness. We're gonna pick some titles and then we'll vote on the best ones. We have a system in the chat. Hopefully it'll be working. Is Agbot operational? Let's hope so. Alright, let's do this one. Whoa, I just selected more than what I wanted to select. There we go. I'll do that first one here. I gotta do it. It's long, but guys, that just made me laugh so hard. I'm gonna let you finish. That cracked me up. Let's see next time. Not a lot of titles tonight. Not a lot of titles. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. All right. All right, guys. 3 titles. We're gonna vote on each one of these. When B George starts the bot, you can vote by number 1, 2, or 3. 1, the force isn't strong with Swotor. 2, ArmA let you finish. And 3, next time on Walking Dead. Vote for your favorite title by typing in the number and the number only in the chat. You guys know it. Let's do it. Yep. I think I know who the winner is. All right. I think we're ready. 10 more seconds. Poll stop. Let's see who the winner is. Oh, gee. I wonder who won this one. The one who broke Bwana's laugh box. The winner is 2. Congratulations, Fish Twit. You are the winner. Title time. I'm gonna let you finish. But ArmA II is the greatest zombie game of all time. Of all time. It's so long. I usually don't do long titles. But congratulations to Fish Twit. You win them accolades, man. Them accolades. Type it in the chat. Them accolades. Them accolades. You win title time with Game Chat with Bwana. Them accolades are something special. You can walk around with them accolades and just, From these accolades, I shall make cupcakes, and then they'll just fly out. A whole room full of cupcakes because you won Game Chat with Bwana. Title time. Them cakes. Them accolades are all over the place. Thanks to Fish Twit and Title Time. Congratulations to Fish Twit. You are the winner. Title Time Game Chat won. You don't win any prizes, but you get them accolades. You better be happy because they're awesome. Here on that Game Chat with Bwana on this. So that concludes episode 58 of Game Chat with Bwana. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. We are here at live.bwana.tv and at Twitch. .tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night, except when we postpone, like today. I want to thank everybody for watching the show. What? Wrong one. All right. Thanks everybody for watching the show. Follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/Bwana. Also at Twitter.com/Bwana Live if you wish to be notified when I go live. On Google plus Bwana McCall. On Reddit. Bwana TV. Yeah, my voice is dead. I had to teach a lot of classes this week, guys. So I've been talking all week long. What else? Forums. Go to our forums at Bwana.tv/forum. Sign up and be happy. We're probably going to be playing some Torchlight 2, Path of Exile, and other things here. So stick around if you're not don't have anything else to do, I'm probably going to stop and eat dinner and whatever and whatnot. But we play games here at Game Chat with Bwana II. We don't always do a podcast, you know. At live.bwana.tv, we play games and talk about stuff. We also are going to be doing our premium giveaway tonight. I didn't announce it. Darn. I was supposed to announce it. We're going to be doing our premium giveaway for the month of May tonight. Those of you who have cakes next to your name in the chat, you are eligible for the giveaway. We do this every month. Yep, we're going to be doing that tonight. I think I have 2 to do because I didn't do, yeah, I have 2 to do. So we're going to do 2 giveaways tonight. I'm probably just going to do the PayPal. Nobody ever picks the games. I'm just going to do the PayPal. That makes it easy. And you can see our cake people the cakies are exploiting their Game Chat with Bwana with their icons in the chat room. So yeah, that concludes Game Chat with Bwana episode 58. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you all next week. I will see you all next week, hopefully on Monday. But follow me on Twitter. I may be postponing the show again, so follow me on Twitter. I will let you all know over there. All right, guys, that concludes episode 58. Peace out. See you next time on Game Chat with Bwana. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.